What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Fishing Daily. Today we are going over our top 5 spring fishing baits.
Alright, let's get into it. Alright guys, first bait here we got the jerkbait. Jerkbait's very good, especially in the colder months, which spring usually is. So, especially here in Canada, spring is usually still pretty cold. So, throwing a jerkbait out there is really good.
Water temps are going to be around, I say 20, maybe lower.
If you guys want to learn a lot about jerkbaits, we have a video. We'll link it down in the description. It's our last video.
Up in one of these corners.
I believe it's that one. This one. Yeah, it will be there, and it's basically going over jerkbaits versus crankbaits. But in it, we give a lot of information about jerkbaits.
Yeah, it's very in-depth about jerkbaits and crankbaits.
Yep.
So that's our first bait, is the jerkbait. Alright, our next bait is going to be a rattle trap or a lipless crankbait.
These are very good. Also, when the water is cooler, usually you'll bounce them off of rocks a lot, and bounce them off of logs, and pretty much bounce them along the bottom, and that's one retrieve that you can do, and it will cause a reaction strike that the bass love and will definitely smash.
And what we're talking about, reaction strike, is a very loud noise that the bass absolutely hate, and they love to destroy whatever's making that noise. So as you can tell, these baits have very loud rattles in them as they cause a reaction strike while moving in the water.
The reaction strike is when it comes and it like bounces off of a log or something, and it will make the vibration really loud, and it will cause the bass to want to go eat it.
Alright.
And on to our next bait.
Alright, for the next bait, we are using jigs. So we have mostly swim jigs. We do have a couple finesse jigs here. I'm not much of a jig guy, but he is.
Yeah, I love jigs.
As you can see.
Like, if you think that he has a lot, I've got about 7 or so.
And what's great about these is they are weedless. So they got these weed guards on all of them, so you can just throw them right in the weed beds, and yeah,
you don't have to worry about getting caught up on some.
You can sink these right to the bottom, move the dirt, bang it off things like that. Honestly, a really great bait for the colder months of the year.
Now, what jigs are meant to imitate is a crawfish, as the weight will sink them down in this little form, and like that, and as it bounces through the water. As it bounces through the water, the legs will be sticking up, and the crawfish, that's what they'll do when a smallmouth or a largemouth is coming at them. They'll put their claws up to try and say that they will attack, even though they stand no chance. So it basically shows that they're in the defensive mode, and that will cause the bass to want to eat it. So on to our next. Okay. And with our next bait.
For our next bait, we have a spinner bait, which are very good, as they have the reflective spoons on them, or blades. And what's really great about them is the reflection that they get in the water really distract those bass and bring them in.
In the water, the bass will see these. This one's not a good example because it's kind of rusty, but they'll see the shiny things as bait fish, and then they'll see this as another bait fish, and so they'll see it as like a school of bait fish coming, and that will cause them to want to go in there and get a quick meal, as there's a lot of different bass, or there's a lot of bass that will like to eat a school of fish, as they want food. And yeah, so anything you like to say?
Well, one thing I really love about these baits is the different blades that you can get for them. You can get willow leaves, you can get
Colorado blades.
Colorado. You can
I believe
get
these are Colorados, or one of these two is Colorado blade. It's either the small
one,
little.
this is willow.
Yeah. So,
Someone down in the comments tell us what a Colorado blade looks like. They also have I don't know what the blade is called, but it looks like a hatchet.
Then there are also ones that will have big ones of these on the bottom, like on the bottom one, and it's just like a lot bigger, and instead of having this. So, and on to our next. Okay, get it like how I had it before. Alright guys, and on with our final bait.
Is going to be finesse baits. These are very nice in the water as you can move them very slowly along the bottom and mid-range column of the water column. So they're very great bait.
Now we have two of these, which are more of like worms, and then we got one little minnow. As we picked out, like there's a lot more over there, but we wanted to stick with 3, and we basically just picked out finesse baits. So these can be used on drop shot. This can be used on a drop shot. These can be also used on like many other finesse style baits, like Ned rig, Nico rig.
You can even wacky rig them, but
yeah, you can wacky rig them. But for the springtime, we like to go with finesse instead of wacky rig. So that's why we have them for the spring months. Now, guys, here in Canada, it's a lot colder than if you were from Texas fishing. So maybe the baits that you would have chose are some like topwaters, frogs, stuff like that. But here, frogs in the spring, in the cold, not gonna catch anything.
good luck.
Yeah. So we like to stick with more finesse and other baits that just are slow moving, and some that are fast moving, but we like to keep it slow here in the winter months, as the bass are more not wanting to chase, and they want to like have an easy meal, and that's why we want it slow. So like
also they don't want to go away from their nests for spawning, because they're meant to protect that nest through spawning months. So if you just throw something slow and catches their eye right by that nest, and then those bass will smash that bait.
And that's why you want to fish these near the beds. Jerk baits, like as I was talking about before, how you like go slow with our baits. These, like in the really cold months, you can literally jerk it once and just wait like 15 seconds. It will either sink or some will float up. It depends on the jerk bait, but you just wait for 15 seconds. That will get them to come up and bite it.
And that's gone.
Yeah.
Anyways, with these baits, I personally love a slow retrieve with these. Gets a great reaction where I go fishing in the colder months, beginning of the bass season. These are amazing baits for early months. And yeah. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Definitely subscribe, because we are having a 100 subscriber giveaway. Not sure what we're going to give away yet, but that's kind of depending on you guys.
Let's say if you guys smash it within the next, say, 2 weeks, we will give away an extra $5 worth.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, see you guys next time. And remember, we all live downstream.